Hello, guys. Hello. Y'all come on in here. Let's chat. I know most of y'all ain't even gonna come. I know y'all are not. Ain't no telling what's going on with y'all tonight. It's Sunday night, and I know we all go to work tomorrow. It's been a long weekend, y'all. I was supposed to go live this weekend, but I couldn't do it. I've been running all day. I've been running all day. But y'all come on in here because I wanna chat a little bit. Some people believe that we are already in hell. I've heard so many people say it, and I'm like, "Oh my God, I don't think so." Some people believe that. Y'all come on in, where y'all at? Oh, thank you, Rich the Fish. I'm working on my afro, girl. It's still curly, but hopefully, well, it ain't no hopefully in it, honey. This afro gonna kick in after a while. Thank you so much. Can you do me a favor, sugar, and hit the share and then copy link, share and copy link, so share, copy link. And how you doing today? How was your day today? Anybody else in here? We got 7 people in here. Y'all hit the like button. Come on in. Let's chat. Some people believe that we're in hell. Some people believe that. I'm just like, oh my God. What's up, Lord? Lord, how you doing today? How was y'all? How did y'all's weekend? What's up, Bree Bree in the building? Today is Super Bowl. Yeah, I know. I'm not into sports, and so yeah. Thank you, Brandy. I appreciate that. I've been wearing my natural hair, girl. Done. I copied the link to share anything for my auntie Pope. Thank you, boo. I appreciate it. Thank you, girl. I mean, it always works when y'all do that because a lot of people sometimes YouTube don't share the information, but yeah. So anyway, I want to talk. I know if y'all gotta go, that's fine. Um, I was even considering disabling the comments. Um, but y'all know I don't like to do that. Yes, let it grow, let it grow. Brandy, girl, I got a lot of hair. It's crazy. I put them wigs on for about 3 weeks, honey, and then take them out, and I'm like, what? I don't know why my hair growing like this. This is crazy. But anyway, I'm here for it. So some people think that we are living in hell, and look, I had this conversation. I got to share this with y'all, okay? Because I don't think that my friend watches my YouTube, right? She's also a client of mine, and I consider her as a friend. We met each other long, long time ago. The God, the Most High. Okay, how you doing today, Big C? I met her a long, 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 long time ago. Shit, it's been probably over 25 years. And she was gone for a long time and she's back. I like it, but I love the real you. I like the wigs too now. Okay. Yeah, I love my wigs now. I love my wigs, but I like the real hair too. It's a lot. All right. So so she is a fundamental Christian. Okay. So she believed in the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, the King James Bible. She go to church on Sundays. She donate her time, her talent, and her time, her talent, and her tithe, and all of that. So I know that and y'all know that I'm very, very liberal. Aunt Cheryl will get up, get in a wig before you can say wig. You're so crazy. What's up, Chadian? How you doing? So I said to her, she said, well, Cheryl, I love Donald Trump. And she said, I know you don't like that. So, I mean, I didn't tell her that I didn't like that. I mean, I'm saying it's her business. But more than anything, I'm just curious. I told her, tell me why you love him. She said, "Well," she said, "I'll show you." So she got her phone and she took out the prayer breakfast and she let me hear that he said that he is a Christian and he loves Jesus Christ. And that, yeah, she said that he loves Jesus. I mean, he was saying that he loves Jesus Christ and that he's made religion hot again. That's what he said. He's made religion hot again and he's turned this nation back to Jesus Christ. He kept saying Jesus Christ. And so she had her phone and she's let me listen to it. And I was listening to it. I was saying in my mind, oh my God, I won't say nothing. My I'm talking about my client. So I didn't interrupt her or the video that she was let me hear Trump speak. And then when it was over, then I looked at her and I said, because we're peers about the same age. And I said, "Why do you believe that he's a Christian?" She said, "I'm not going to get into that." She said, "I just believe that he is a man of God." She said, "He's a new Christian. He's a baby Christian. Jesus Christ had one fingerprint as Nazarene. There is no other. He is who, duh, you hate him, and I don't." So I said, "Well," so he says that he's a Christian. I said, "Do you realize how many people that he has unalive? Do you realize that um he wouldn't say anything to Renee Good's family or the nurse, the white nurse guy that got killed? Do you realize that he doesn't have anything nice to say to the relatives? Anything kind at all?" She said, she looked at me and she said, "You don't understand. You're not spiritual." So I was like, "I'm not spiritual?" She was like, "No, you're not spiritual. So you wouldn't understand. I mean, things happen, but he is going to make things whereas Jesus Christ comes back." She said, "Let me tell you something. Jesus Christ is going to come back really soon, any day now." And I was like, "Oh my God." So my first mind was not to say anything at all. You know what I'm saying? Just let her have her belief and not. But I just couldn't. So I said, "Well, we're gonna call her Linda." That's not her name, but we're gonna call her Linda. Let me read this. When you have this type of mindset, kinda nothing can stop you. She's speaking the truth. Every thought of your mind is almost true. So, so then I said to her, I said, Trump is not a Christian. He's a malignant narcissist, darling. They're like, and let me see. I told her, I said, because of his narcissism, he's not capable of empathy. That's why he wouldn't be kind to Renee Good's family and the nurse. That's why he says what he says, does what he does. He's lacking empathy. So that's the ability to put himself in another person's shoes emotionally. So there without the empathy, he doesn't have love. And we all describe God as love, unless, there's some type of horrible demon God. But the God of the Bible is supposed to be, what I'm saying, the love God. And yeah, in order to be a God person and to love people and everything, you have to have empathy. And I told her because of his narcissism, he doesn't. That's a clinical diagnosis. Brandy says, bingo, Cheryl. Yeah, greed and bigotry. So, um, So she said, "I'm not gonna talk to you about that anymore." And I was like, "What's up, Wes?" And he does horrible things so he can feel something. Oh my goodness, that is horrible. Yes, but she was hell bent on saying that she believes and her church believes that he is, a man of God, no matter what the fruit is on his tree, no matter what, all because he says that he's a believer in Jesus Christ. And I said, Linda, no. She again said to me, she said, you're not spiritual. You don't have a spiritual mind and you won't understand it. And I said, so some people believe that we're living in hell, right? I don't know. I'm not gonna speak on that, right? But I'm just gonna say that I wanted to we already decided. Well, you know what? Only God can judge, Shannon. That's not true, Shannon. No. That's not true. What's in my heart and your heart and everybody's heart on this live? What's in our heart manifests in our choices, in our behavior. Do you understand? I know what's in your heart by who you are, your energy, your vibration, what you do and what you say. You can't say that a person can't say that, oh, it's in my heart that I love everybody and everything I do shows that I hate you. Somebody's lying. The malignant narcissism is a mental illness. Do you see what I'm saying? The brain it's a malfunction of the brain. In the part of the brain where empathy resides, just say a regular person, their empathy would be, say, that size right there, this size, right? Okay, with the malignant narcissism, it's like this. It's like a pee hole because that part of the brain didn't develop because of whatever reason, genetics or DNA, or it could be in circumstances, could be being raised by a psychopath or something like that, lacking empathy. And if the parent doesn't have empathy, the child can be an empath, but Donald Trump is not an empath. He's a malignant narcissist. So, no, you can't judge. You can. There's been so much murder. Um, what causes this is trauma. Kimberly Thomas says, and the system always places trauma in the citizen lives. It is a clinical thing. Um, yeah, so no, but my friend, I love her very much, and she's a very, very, very indoctrinated Christian. And because we have churches all over the United States and some in other parts of the world who are under the impression that he is a Christian, and some of them are just in blind faith and delusion, you know? I've been watching, his dad was a doozy. I've been in the streets in TikTok. I've been in the TikTok streets, in the YouTube streets. I've been in the Facebook streets. I've been on victims pages, and I've been in the comment section. And I've listened to lots of people, content creators on YouTube, talk about lots of things in the Epstein files. Um, my daughter told me today before I came back here that she's done for today. She said, Mama, I'm burnt out. I said, I know, because your algorithm feeds you more of what you've been listening to. With Trump, if you notice, he causes his own trauma to remain in that character. What do you mean he causes his own trauma to remain? It don't work like that. You don't cause your own trauma to remain, okay? Because narcissism, y'all don't really understand narcissism. I would say this. I mean, some people do, but I would say this. Christians and narcissism, they don't Christians really don't understand narcissism. And this is what I told Linda. Even though her name is not Linda. I told her, for instance, your Bible told you that because of what the Satan and Lucifer character did, that there was a judgment and a sentence put on the Satan Lucifer character. And the line was drawn in the sand, and there was an ultimate divide and a distinction between him, the bad entity, and the good entity being the God, right? And so it was just a difference. I can't get the Christians to understand that Donald Trump is a malignant narcissist. You can might as well say, instead of calling him a malignant narcissist, you can go ahead and call him a demon or the devil. Okay? That's the only way to say it. And I don't and for some reason Christians don't get it, but they do believe in the idea that their God has judged and cursed the Lucifer, and that their God is very unrepentant about his dealings with the Lucifer Satan person. And he even said, according to what their doctrine says, that he will go into the lake of fire, and that will not change. It won't change. But the Christian thinks that the Donald Trump is a Christian because he says that he is. Well, but what would Lucifer say? Wouldn't Lucifer say that he's a Christian, even though his God has said you're not? And I can't get the Christians to understand this. I can't get the Christians to understand that this man is operating in a facade. It's not real. He's a malignant narcissist. It's a mask. He is a gaslighter. He lies constantly. He is severely mentally ill. He is brass. He is mean. He is evil. He is racist. This man is not a Christian. I don't get it. She's determined that he's going to bring back Jesus Christ. And she told me, she said, well, if God uses a donkey, okay, I get that. The understanding God uses a donkey, but this naivety that you Christians have is very dangerous. Now, let's talk about this. Let's talk about the island and why some people think that we're already in hell. Now, I've been learning for days. I've been learning for days. Oh my God. I could just cry. I've been learning. I hear you, Harold, more. I've been learning for days that let me ask y'all a question. Let's do it like this. I'm gonna ask y'all a question. If a person, if a person or people impregnate teenagers, we talking about grown men. Y'all just listen for a minute. I'm gonna read the comments. I'm gonna read the comments. We're having this conversation together. But if grown men impregnate 13, 12, 11 year olds, okay? And then the girls have the babies on an island. They've been impregnated by grown men, and it's like a pregnancy farm. And these girls are These girls are orphans that the Child Protective Services has helped them to get. These Some of these children are stolen from other countries, but all of them are white. And the men are impregnated the 11, 12, 13-year olds, and they have kids. Then what the men do to the kids is, we the scientists have figured out that if you scare or traumatize babies, infants, then there is some type of adrenal hormone that activates in the child, but the child must be in fear for their life, or there got to be something really traumatic that the child sees or the child is experiencing for that hormone to kick in. And when that happens, these men, because I'm going to ask y'all something as a Christian. These men go ahead and decapitate. These men, I thought you said no sound. These men go ahead, don't spam the chat. Don't spam the chat. I'm going to block you. Okay. One more time. Don't spam the chat. All right. You're going to get blocked. All right. So once that happens, they decapitate, or they take a knife or something, and they unalive the child. They unalive the child. Y'all listening? Are y'all listening? And then they drink their blood. They drink it. Okay. Now we're talking about beautiful, brand new, innocent babies that smell like milk, and the best smell. They're cooing, they're innocent, they're beautiful. There's nothing more beautiful in the world than a brand new infant. It is the most endearing thing. Like when you see, don't cuss in my chat, baby. I'll block you. When you see an innocent, beautiful, beautiful baby, and these people are unaliving these babies and drinking their blood, can God forgive that person, or would God forgive that person? And if you saw a Christian saying that this type of person is worthy of heaven, that this type of person has changed, this type of person is a Christian, and this type of person God loves, that doesn't make sense. Some people believe we're already living in hell. Can I share you out to my cousin? Absolutely. You can share me out as many times as you like. So, no. I ask y'all, is that okay? And do you believe that God is with a person like that? And that there's redemption for a person who would just unalive, or people who will unalive innocent kids? Because that, to me, that is the word. Hey, Ariel, that is the worst thing that you could do. That is the worst thing. Somebody said in my chat, "You are crazy." I don't know why. Have you been on? I see you on YouTube. This is crazy. I see the person in the chat. Obviously, you're on YouTube, right? So This is a social media outlet, YouTube. So is TikTok. So is Facebook. So is Instagram. So I've been all over, and I've been looking at content, and I've been reading comments, and we all know that those babies were on that island. Send the Epstein files. They get no forgiveness. That's right. I'm doing fine. They get no forgiveness. No, no. And God is not going to do that. That man is the devil himself. So for my Christian friend who took up for him, I said, "Oh my God." Not just take up for him, take up for them. So I just told y'all the story because I didn't want to say anything about the Epstein files. But this is in the files. I told y'all the other day, human sacrifice and blood worship to the god of to the god of Baal. Now, okay, so Christy, y'all say they are not Christians, right? They are not Christians. Okay, so right now I'm just talking about my friend because when I said some of these things to her, not I wasn't just listening to what she said, okay? I was looking at her demeanor and everything. And when I said that these horrible things that had happened to Renee Good and the nurse and the babies, it seemed like to me that the idea of being a Christian is what she loved rather than people that God made. So it seems like to me that the doctrine is what she loves rather than the babies and the people that God made. And I'm just saying, as a Christian, that there's something wrong with that, you know? And I love her to pieces. And I told her, I said, you know what? I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you because she is so brain damn. And I told her, I said, partly what your issue is, Linda, even though that's not her name, your indoctrination is so deep that it's brain damage. You literally have what people call church brain, meaning that you're so much into the fantasy or the idea of that Jesus is coming back type thing. Well, Jesus comes back every day, or spirit comes back every day to get people who pass away because the earth is so big. People die every probably like every minute. So when they say like Jesus is coming back, what I mean, are you looking for this big event where everybody, like they say every tongue is gonna confess and every knee is gonna bow? Like, why it's gotta be so provocative? Do you see what I'm saying? Why does it have to it's a church brain thing. Some people believe that we're living in hell now because of how the Christian. Oh, I am sorry that this is happening to your friend. What's up, Elon? Hello. Bless her, Lord. If you're an adult that believes in religions and gods, then you're no different than a child that believes in Santa Claus. Wow, that's deep. Um, he really has people brainwashed. Thank God I didn't go to college. She's college educated too. I went to a hair university. um But to see such an educated woman, my friend, such an educated woman with several degrees, and she's a boss lady over about 25, 30 people, and an administrator as well. And it's just startling to have this conversation with her. And she said, I love him. And I said, you love who? She said, I love Donald Trump, Cheryl. And I'm looking forward to I would really love, to meet him one day. I really would. I know you don't like when I say that, but I just love him. Um, it was another thing that she said, that he had done. What was it that she's very proud of? Oh yeah, it was oh yeah. She says that she said, "Don't you feel they starting this because it's Black History Month?" Okay. She said, don't you feel at peace?" She said to me. She said, "Don't are your friends and other friends and stuff and people around you, don't you notice that there's such a peace?" She said. "I mean, I've not been able to rest like this in years." She said to me. I said, "No, no, there's not a peace. People are traumatized. People put all over social media every day how afraid they are. People are afraid. People are traumatized. People are angry as fuck. Hey, Daisy. People cry. People are leaving the country. She said that she feels peace because of him and because he's basically dealing with the sinners. So it comes down to in her mind that because the president now is a Christian and now America, she said America is turned away from God and America has been away from God for years, is what she said. And she said, we are so sinful. And I said, my God, she thinks that he's bringing peace when they were eating children. They even talk about the Vatican. They are saying that the Vatican are sacrificing children too. And they are also saying that our entire history is a lie. And they are saying that if our history is a lie. Did y'all not really realize that Epstein had a lot to do with our educational system and the books that were written? Did y'all not realize that? While at the same time, these people are sacrificing children and they believe that the Vatican, they're doing it as well. But y'all know that the Vatican has always molested kids. We already know they sex children. I heard today that some people believe that we're already living in hell. I heard today that the three Abrahamic religions, which is Judaism, um, Muslim, and Christianity, are all worshiping a deity that requires blood sacrifice, and that these men all over the globe have been impregnating young girls. And the young girls that are pregnated are stolen or trafficked girls, right? And they got them young, and then they, grow up a little bit, and then they impregnate them, and then have brand new children with no names, no birth certificate, no social security cards. But the whole purpose of them being born is blood sacrifice to these horrible people that are in control of our entire planet. And they are saying along right beside that, our religions, the education system, and all of the systems that we go by were made up by these people that they've been upholding for many a years, lying to us and keeping us at a very low level. They call it a 3D level. And they especially say that America cannot tell the truth about anything because America always belonged to the Black indigenous people and the Indians. It was not just Indians, they were Black and they were Indian. Did y'all hear what I said? They were Black and they were Indian. So a lot of white people are saying this. Y'all think it's just me. Now, it's another thing that I observed because I was listening today to some podcasts, and I'll bring y'all the receipts later. We're just talking right now. So I listened to a lot of podcasts today, and basically they are saying, do y'all remember? Yes, ma'am, it's bad. We've been looking at nothing but lies. That's what I heard today. And do y'all remember when I told y'all that interview that when Steve Bannon was interviewing Epstein, and I didn't know much about nothing at that time, according to that one video, as I listened to Epstein answer the questions that Steve Bannon asked him, I told you guys that he gave me mad scientists. He gave me, this is the energy. I'm only reading the energy. That's it. I don't have the facts. I don't know what I know now. Because, I'm like 3, 4 days, 5 days down the rabbit hole. But he gave me mad scientist. He gave me Frankenstein type situation, right? Because I saw that he was a nerd. I saw that he was really a science person. And that alone made me think that he had gotten together with other scientists. This is just my thinking. And that if he was the type of person that would seg 3 girls every day and groom girls and get Ghislaine to bring Maxwell to bring them to the island, then he would be the type of person that would experiment on bodies. That's what I said my own self. Lord have mercy. Once I got down the rabbit hole, it's exactly that, guys. It's exactly that. It's exactly that. They said he was obsessed with DNA. They found so many receipts of DNA tests and just DNA stuff and bloodline, but they also said, now this is scary. Some people believe that we're actually living in hell now. I personally don't believe that, but he and scientists were researching you how you take human DNA and how you take the subconscious mind, how you traumatize a child. Good evening, sincere. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. How you traumatize a young person, very, very, very young. And while the subconscious mind, because y'all know here on my channel, we talk about trauma, childhood therapy, subconscious mind, we talk about narcissism and all of that, right? So I have some blocks myself, some pathways in my brain that helps me with the new information that I'm learning. So when he say children, babies, subconscious mind, I got that. I understand that. So then he knows about those things as well. And what they were trying to do was to remove the humanity from the human body. You know what I'm saying? To really kind of captivate the subconscious mind and then put in that subconscious what they wanted in there to really take the empathy and the humanity out of the person. You know what I'm saying? And then also experimenting on taking a person and seeing if they could uh how they could put consciousness into a robot. So when I say mad scientist, I'd pay to listen to a woman with wisdom. When I say mad scientist, Epstein was a mad scientist. In a way, he had a magnificent brain, but it was really, really on the dark side. Now, did y'all know from the Epstein files that they mentioned that doorway they don't know if it was actually on Epstein Island or whether or not it was in New Mexico on the ranch. But there was a door at the bottom of the house, like a doorway at the bottom of the house, or like a cutout square. You know what I'm saying? But I'll just say door for so you can visualize the door. And then underneath the door was a body of water. So some people were say he was seen in Israel supposedly. Child, we don't know. Some people were saying that that doorway and that body of water could have been used to dispose of something, or it could have been used to bring something in, some bodies into the house, because Ghislaine Maxwell had her submarine license. She was certified to operate a submarine. So I said, shut the fucking front door. She could operate a submarine? Jenny says, yep, submarine transport. He was sadistic. Honey, wicked people, baby. My mama passed away 2 years ago, right? I could hear her right now because she just wouldn't have believed that this kind of damn darkness really existed. But now we know that it did. If they truly repent, hate what they have done, and don't have it in their hearts anymore, no more, no more. Harold Moore, no. There is no redemption for this type of people. Harold, then you are saying that God himself, thank you so much, Big C, is not just. No. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's get into it. You must be like you must be like them. I know. So, okay, so now they said there could be a species and they are calling them reptilian. Have y'all ever heard anything about the reptilian race? So now, for another layer, people are speaking on non-reptiles. Yeah, okay, so they call them reptilians, but basically they're saying that these people are not from here and that they do require human sacrifice. They are everywhere. And those people, they are saying that if you could consume a baby and drink his blood, because see, I know I can't do that. Put a one in the chat if you know for sure that you could never do that. I could never do that knowingly. Be in a room where they are traumatizing an infant and then unaliving it and then we eat it and drink his blood. But they are saying that the people that do it are those people. My Jenny says, been hearing about the reptiles. Remember in 1980s show called V, they had reptiles hidden under their skin. Honey, these people I've listened to so much today, they are not killing me or my kids. Thank you. I could never do that. Where do you think chicken wings come from? They don't come from babies. Right, yeah. It's been a long day. It's been a long day, y'all. So it took me this long to be able to come to the live and discuss some of this stuff with y'all. It's so much. I've shared so much to my Facebook, y'all. Any TikTok that I see that really interests me, that is that'll help us go on a deep dive, I share it all to my Facebook. So when I get a chance, I'll come back, I'll pull out some of the receipts. We'll listen to what some of the content creators are saying. We know that Jeffrey Epstein was a pure monster, and I believe that our president is one too, and some of the other people that are around him. Yes, I like that show, Shake My Head. Yeah. Y'all have any questions? The rabbit hole goes deep, Cheryl. I stopped Facebook 10 years back. Wow. All of them are. Yes. I just can't get over it. I can't get over what they do to the babies. I don't know if y'all could get over it. I can't get over it. I can't get over it. We walk around and we say, "Oh, well, I disrespected my mother," or "I cheated on my exam," or um, "I was in a I was driving drunk and, you know, I crashed into another car and I hurt some people and I can't forgive myself, or I cheated on my husband and I can't forgive myself, or stuff like that that we've been finding it hard to forgive ourselves for things that we done. And when you see these kind of monsters, I need y'all to love yourself and forgive yourself and be gracious to yourself, y'all, because we're not as bad as what we thought we were. We're not as bad as what we thought we were. When I think of some people in my lifetime that I felt like that were shitty people, horrible people, everything, I'm literally retracting every bit of it compared to what I'm learning about these people. It's just too much. It feels like it's something from the Twilight Zone. Makes me sick to my stomach and angry in my spirit. It makes us so angry. I don't know about that. What if you have reptile blood from a transfusion? I don't know. But I know that there's something wrong with knowingly wanting to take a stick or some type of device and just hit an infant upside the head or do something crazy like that to cause it to bleed profusely, and then you drink its blood, and then y'all go ahead and prepare the child and you eat it. It is a whole different level. This is ancient science. So let me tell you. So let me throw y'all a word out there and let me know if y'all have heard anything about this. So Baal. That's the God that they're supposed to be worshiping, y'all. And this was a question that I'd asked now. Do y'all know that the phones and the algorithm listen to you? And my thing was, why? But why? I said to myself, there's gotta be some type of um religious doctrine attached to this behavior that these people got. I knew that it was something, and they say it was cult of Baal. Yes. Yep. Baal. Yes. Oh my God, it's so crazy. But anyway, y'all, thank y'all for coming and chatting with me tonight. It was a good chat. Not too much, just enough. Just want to let y'all know what I've been doing and where I've been putting my energy, and I just want to bawl and cry. I just do. I guess what they've done in secret, it was good. I guess it was awful, but in a way it was good in secret, because we a lot of us could not never be in a room watching this shit. But anyway, I love y'all. Kisses and hugs. Thank you, moderators. Shout out to the moderators in the building. Shout out to all of the new people that came in tonight. Shout out to you, and you. I love y'all for being here in the streaming app. We are so popular in the streaming app. But anyway, don't forget to like the video if you listen to it afterwards and leave a comment. It's why I don't participate with nothing no more. No holidays, no sports, nothing. It's all meant to sink us. I believe so. I really do. We'll talk about that tomorrow. This is devastating. Oh my God, it's so awful. It just feels like a movie, but it's not a movie. But anyway, y'all, kisses and hugs. Mwah, mwah, and I'll see y'all the next time. Bye, guys.